Corey here with the Art Archaeologist channel, and I wanted to make a quick video of doing some coffee stain paper. Back in my inked feathers and coffee stain paper video, I showed you how to do this in that one, but I'm just going to focus on this alone. So I took this morning's leftover coffee and poured it into my little water bowl. And I'm just going to cover these papers completely with coffee and let them dry. Okay, I'm using Canson mixed media paper for these, by the way. I wanted to let you know. And I went ahead and taped down the very edges of them because this paper buckles, and it buckles really bad if you don't have it stretched. So I went ahead and taped it down, and that's why it looks like this. These cookie sheets, I love to work on these baking sheets. I buy baking stuff for painting all the time. But you can get these at the dollar store for $1, and I did see this size, I think it's 9 by 12. I did see these at Walmart for I think 88 cents. It's been a few. So, and then all you do is you just paint this, pour this coffee on and spread it about, and then let this layer dry. And then we're going to do some more fun stuff to this paper too. Okay, after these are dry, I'll be back. Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered much whether or not I taped this mixed media paper. It just doesn't cooperate as much like watercolor paper, but it's no problem. I'm gonna put it, just buckled and bowed so bad. I'm gonna go ahead, it's not dry yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and add more coffee to it and walk away. And you know, as much as this paper buckles, it really doesn't matter, because once it's all dry, I'll just stick it under a stack of books and it'll be flat in no time, so it's not a problem. I'm making these because I want to make some. I have a little art group that I just started, and I want us girls to have some really nice stained paper to make some mixed media art and do some stamped quotations, and I want to use this paper for that, so that's why I'm making this batch this time. And I'm just throwing some more on here, get some depth happening. The first layer is really cool. You can see how apparent it is, and the great thing about these papers is, you know, even if you don't like the pattern, it's okay, because you can cut it up, you can tear it up, and you know, it'll be unrecognizable by the time you add it to a project. So no stress, just fun. Okay. So now I'm going to leave these to dry and then come back to do the drips. Okay, so these are all dry. Last night I made the mistake of dripping coffee on them and forgot that I was going to film it. But I love the drips, so I'm going to just show you real quick. Okay, here's the leftover coffee, and I'm just using a big round, nice big juicy round brush. This one is a number 6. and just spatter the heck out of your papers. Now, I don't care. I really like a lot of spatter. And I don't care if it's like, you know, all looks uniform on this, because these are going to get stamped with quotations and cut up. So I want a lot of spatter because I want to be able to have it on all my little quotations. So that's all you do, and then let that dry, and then just add more drips as needed. Here's one with a lot already. Okay, and it's pretty. It's pretty the way it is, but seeing as how it's getting cut up, we're gonna load it up. And then see how I've got this little line here also. Here, I'll just do this to it so that it'll stain. It won't blend, but it's okay. We don't want it to anyway. So I taped all these off and they buckled anyway, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with the fact that they're not gessoed. These pages are straight out of the pack. This is Canson mixed media paper, and it's perfectly fine. Like I said, once they're done and dry, I'll just stick them under a book. Now I wanted to show you one more thing. So then you let that dry and it'll be just gorgeous. Now these papers here, I wanted to show you real quick. This is coffee stain, and it's also Bombay brown ink. So this is just a little bit darker, more intense paper, and it's oh so beautiful. And what I did was I sprayed water all over the paper, and I worked really super wet, and then I just dripped the ink, and that's how I got these marks here. And then where it was really wet, it flurried out and did these, I think those are cauliflower marks, but I love that for this technique. So I'm going to end up dripping these two and letting them dry, and they'll look like that. So let me show you a dry drip one. And again, this is just the coffee stain, back to just straight up coffee stain. And, you know, really, really beautiful papers that you can make so easily. And I have probably 10 of these little cookie trays because I just love to do, what I do is I take it, I put my paper in, I get it all wet and messy and beautiful, and then I keep doing it, and then I just keep stacking them like this, and it only takes up this big of a space. And you can keep going and do so many papers at one time. It's my solution anyway. So here are some really gorgeous coffee stained papers, and I'm probably going to go ahead and even do more drips on these, just because I love it so much. So fun, so fun. And these trays are just beyond handy. They are the greatest. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you soon.